Today in Cannabis News, a Michigan court denies a request from state regulators on a cannabis recall. A New York senator submits a proposal to allow gay, lesbian, and bisexual individuals to apply for social equity cannabis permits in the state. And the North Carolina Legislature will again consider a statewide medical cannabis legalization proposal. It's Thursday, December 23rd, and this is your Trichomes Morning Buzz.
Broadcasting live from the Trichomes.com studios in Southern California. It's time for your Morning Buzz. We bring you late-breaking news that keeps you up to date with what's happening in the cannabis industry.
First up, the Michigan Marijuana Regulatory Agency's plea to reimpose a recall on tainted cannabis products was refused by the State Court of Claims this week. In November, the MRA announced a massive cannabis recall. In December, Court of Claims Judge Christopher Murray removed a section of the recall. During that time, a portion of the recalled cannabis was reevaluated, and the MRA found that 26% of it did not satisfy state quality regulations, surpassing the permissible levels of yeast, bacteria, and the presence of Aspergillus, a mold that can be hazardous to immune-compromised individuals. The MRA claims that the judge's decision forced them to distribute the substandard cannabis to consumers, implying that risky cannabis could be marketed to unknowing people, according to the MRA's request for the judge to reassess. However, Judge Murray ruled that the MRA failed to establish that a palpable error occurred that misled the courts and parties, and that the evidence upon which the motion is based does not relate to any testing justification existing before the recall decision.
Next up, a New York senator has introduced a proposal that would allow gay, lesbian, and bisexual individuals to apply for social equity licenses within the state's cannabis laws. The proposal was presented by Senator Jeremy Cooney, who has also submitted a bill to expand the state's cannabis social equity system to transgender and non-binary individuals. Within the state's cannabis statutes, social equity candidates are allocated at least half of cannabis company permits. Currently, social equity candidates include minority and women-run enterprises, disadvantaged growers, certain military veterans, and those from communities disproportionately impacted by the enforcement of cannabis prohibition, according to the legislation passed previously this year. This state has recognized that discrimination on the basis on sexual orientation is a violation of human rights law, reads the bill. The social equity aspect of the MRTA is meant to uplift historically marginalized groups through economic opportunities in the cannabis industry, and this bill furthers that effort.
Last up, in 2022, a bill for statewide medical cannabis legalization in North Carolina for ailments such as cancer, HIV, AIDS, and acute post-traumatic stress disorder will be deliberated again. The North Carolina Senate holds bipartisan backing for the Compassionate Care Act, although it has yet to be voted on by the entire state Senate. During the summer, the proposal advanced fast in panels until lawmakers shifted their focus towards gerrymandering and the state's economy. We're planning on picking up the rest and getting it through during the short session, said Senator Paul Lowe, the bill's chief sponsor. The bill would establish a legislative structure for the prescription and sale of medical cannabis, and would be among the strictest in the country. It establishes a range of health ailments and individuals who are permitted to be medicated with cannabis, covering conditions such as cancer, epilepsy, HIV, AIDS, Crohn's disease, sickle cell anemia, and a variety of others. Originally, PTSD was not included in the bill. However, following discussions with military veterans, state senators chose to include only a small group of individuals with PTSD in the proposal.
That was today's Buzz. Thanks for listening. For more cannabis news and insights from industry professionals and a place to discuss these stories and others, visit Trichomes.com.
And be sure to catch up with all of our other cannabis industry-related podcasts like Hash It Out, Tech and Cannabis, or the International Cannabis Conversation wherever you get your podcasts. For Trichomes.com, I'm Devin Leal.
And I'm RJ Balding, signing off.